Welcome to the Black Hills Small Business Podcast. I'm Tristan Emond with Mindful Living Realty.
And I'm Angelia Dale with Gateway Mortgage. Join us as we sit down with Black Hills small business owners, learn about their businesses, and tell their stories.
We're doing it now on the Black Hills Small Business Podcast. Everybody, welcome back to the Black Hills Small Business Podcast. Today we're with Cindy with K9 Treats. Cindy, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for inviting me.
So our first question, not so much about your business right now, but let's talk about you yourself. Talk to me a little about your family, who you are, and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, raised an Air Force brat. That's how I ended up out here, but I've lived here for 35 years now, so it's finally home to me. Longest place I've ever lived. My husband's from Rapid City, born and raised here, so he's pretty used to the area. He never wanted to move away. We have 4 daughters, Kayla, Jessie, Miranda, and Mackenzie. They all live here except for Jessica. A couple years back, she decided to leave and move to Massachusetts. So we have 1 grandson, and then we have 3 puppies, which kind of got me into where I'm at now with my business. I love to bake, which is a good thing because that's what I do all day long, and color and crochet and just spend time with my family.
Nice. Perfect. So let's talk a bit about your business. What is your business? What are your services? Talk to us about that.
So my business the name is Cindy's K9 Treats, and I make homemade dog treats, gourmet cakes, and cookies for dogs. The flavors I have my 4 main flavors, which are peanut butter pumpkin, blueberry banana, tuna peas and carrots, and it's a grain-free carob chip. Those are my 4 main flavors, and then I have 4 stores, looking at possibly 2 to 3 more that have their exclusive flavors, which are sold only in their locations and online with me. I make all of my ingredients are all natural. I do my best to source my ingredients from other local small businesses to kind of help support the community.
Yep, nice.
Make my own peanut butter, so there's no dangers of any added sugars, salts, xylitol, or any of that stuff. The gourmet cakes, I do pup cakes, and I do all kinds of, I've done first birthdays all the way up to a sweet 16 birthday. I do cookies. A couple weeks ago, I did cookies for a mom. She had a litter of puppies, and they wanted a cookie for each puppy that was born. Yeah. So I did like 14 cookies for each puppy, plus a special one for the mom this mom says no more littering.
Nice.
So I've done gender reveal cakes for people. They want to get their dogs involved in the gender reveal cake. So someone will give me their test results. I make the dog cake, and then they take the cake home and their dog eats it, and whatever icing's in the middle of the gender reveal, they find out what their baby's going to be. So
I think I saw that one on your Facebook.
Yeah, that's been a lot of fun.
I was wondering, what do they mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cut open, the dog eats the cake.
Yep, the dog eats the cake, and whatever color frosting ends up on their whiskers is what, so that's been a lot of fun.
Hopefully the dog's hungry.
Well, they did say that it was very suspenseful because the frosting on the outside is the peanut butter cream cheese frosting. So the dog just licks and licks and licks, and they're like, just eat the cake. I want to know.
Hours going, okay. Can you eat that?
Taking you right away.
Yep. So I had one couple, they were like, okay, that's it. And they cut the cake so that they could find out, because they're like, this is taking too long. But it's been a lot of fun. Just getting creative. I did a big order for Pet Pantry down on Omaha Street, 48 cookies. And she said, just have fun. And I just went crazy with spring colors and themes and stuff, and just decorated them, and it's been a lot of fun. I have subscription boxes. You can see they're sitting there getting ready to go out today. Good, So yeah.
And is that across the U.S.?
So right now my subscription boxes, I focus mainly in South Dakota. So that's one thing a lot of people I didn't know until I started into the business, and a lot of people don't know. You do have to be registered in every single state in order to sell to that state. So I know there's a few people around that sell dog treats, but I'm talking to them and stuff, they didn't know that they had to be registered, because it's not well known. You have to kind of do the
But since it's
research
food,
on your
I assume,
own.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's a lot different. Like you could go home and make a cupcake for a human, and there's no regulations. You can go out and sell it. But for dogs, your treats have to be lab tested for guaranteed analysis, and then every treat flavor has to be registered with the state of South Dakota in order to sell it. So,
Wow.
and that's a yearly process. Like you can't do it. It's just not a once in a
Every year
lifetime.
you have to resubmit.
Yep, every year. So if I wanted to sell to say like Arizona or Wyoming, I had to be registered in that state and pay their fees and stuff. So I'm slowly opening up to other states, just depending on which state and stuff, just because I can't do them all at once.
Yeah, no, that's
it's quite an
endeavor.
expense, but yeah. So there are a few states that I can, like I ship a box to Massachusetts, but that's my daughter,
Okay.
she lives out there and stuff. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Every month, people, it's called the Bow Wow Snack Box. You
Nice.
get 2 bags of homemade treats, a pack of decorated cookies, and a toy that I pick out for the dogs. So, yeah.
Nice.
And it gets shipped to their house every month. So,
good.
it's a lot of fun.
So what is that monthly subscription cost?
It's under $30. So, it's about $28 a month. And then, depending on, like I have some people that live here in Rapid, and I just deliver it to their home, or I just ship it for free. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty fun. It's a lot of fun. And the toys are high quality. I go to the store and pick them out. So it's either like a Kong or a West Paw or something. So it's a really nice quality toy and stuff. And it's a lot of fun. The boxes that are going out today are all Easter spring themed cookies and stuff. So every month there's a new theme of cookies. It may, and I always do a pick this or that kind of thing on Facebook. So people can kind of help me decide what they want in their box. And May, it'll either be like umbrellas and flowers for May,
Right.
April showers bring me flowers, or
yeah.
like tacos and nachos for Cinco de Mayo. So it's so much. It's a lot of fun. I make little pizzas. I make little taco or nachos. I make little pancakes and eggs and bacon bones and stuff. So it's a lot.
I saw one of your, because it was a dog shaped. Must have been a cupcake.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog bone shaped.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, I have a variety of stuff, and they're all gourmet, hand decorated. It's a lot of fun.
So how many do you think you kick out a month of like just cookies?
How many do I make?
Yeah, in 1 month.
Oh, geez, I never even thought about.
Really?
Yeah,
I get tired of sugar cookies at Christmas. I couldn't imagine. I was like, I'm done.
I guess I've never really sat on. I mean, my best sellers right now are the subscription boxes, the cupcakes, and the cookies. And it's so hard because the cookies, you can order a single large, or you can order a box of 4 or a dozen, so it's just a variety of sizes and stuff out there. So I want there to be something available for everybody and all
sizes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so for me, it's just a lot of fun. And my best thing about it is getting the pictures of the dogs when they're like eating their cookies or their cakes. And then I get those pictures and I put them on a card and send them a thank you card to them so that they have a picture of their animal. So,
nice.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you just talked about the event that you put on. Tell us more about some of your events.
Oh, yeah. So my very first event was in January, and that was actually a fundraiser for South Dakota Service Dogs. I have these peanut butter pumpkin training treats, which have become the exclusive training treats for South Dakota Service Dogs. So every time you purchase a bag of those treats, a portion of the proceeds are donated to South Dakota Service Dogs. So in January, we did an event. People were able to come decorate a canine cookie, and then local businesses around the area donated items for a raffle, and we were able to raise almost $500 for South Dakota Service Dogs. And then we've done similar events. We did a canine cookie decorating event up at the Canine Bar for Border Paws Rescue, and it was a St. Pup Trick one where you could come and decorate St. Patty's Day themed cookies. Right. And that one was a lot of fun. And then this one that we just did on Saturday was, we didn't do a fundraiser. We just went out and thought it would be fun to just do one. And we had people come decorate Easter spring themed cookies. And then they built a Easter basket for their dogs, and they got plastic eggs that they were able to put treats in. And then they got an Easter basket and took everything home for their dog. And I got pictures of all these dogs sniffing out their Easter basket. So yeah. So yeah, I just try to make it fun for everybody and try to, think of ways to get people's dogs more involved with some of the stuff that we do, because a lot of people, I had one lady tell me she doesn't have any kids and this is the closest thing she's going to come to having a first birthday party is with her dog. And so I want to help them make it special for their dog. So
yeah.
What did you do for your dogs?
I didn't. I know. I was like, I saw a friend of ours.
What's up with this?
Easter egg hunt for her.
They're going to listen to this episode and go, what about me?
I know. I was like, I'm going to get them something soon. No. I know. And I'm really bad. I don't know birthdays on my dogs, but my son, he's like, no. Clyde's birthday is 2 days before my birthday. It's like, oh, you're good. He's like, I'm really bad at this. It's like, I have to go look out. No, I'm going to get better, though, now.
Yeah, we got a resource now.
Yes. So I'm thinking I want to host an event, because you don't have to have an oven, because you bring them already baked, right?
That's right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All the cookies are already baked. I bring all of the dog-friendly icing and everything. You just sit down and decorate a cookie, and it is so much fun.
Do they bring their dogs or just them?
Oh yeah, if like Zermocracy and Cohort and the Canine Bar, they're all dog friendly. Yeah. So you can bring your dog and have your dogs there and watch you decorate or lick the icing off your fingers or whatever. Okay. It's a lot of fun. It is so much fun.
It'd be a good client appreciation event.
It would. Be, yeah.
Yeah, and then we could maybe bring in, like, if they want to adopt a pet if they don't have one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Adopt a kitty.
That would be good.
Yeah. We might have to think about that. Maybe the end of summer.
Yeah, after it's not so, when we're inside.
We're not so hot,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wonderful things come about these podcasts.
Yeah.
So what is it about, like, Rapid City itself? What do you enjoy about working in Rapid City, or what do you find great about business in Rapid City?
The support from the community. I mean, when I started my business November of 2021, in January, February of 2022, I thought, I'm just going to try wholesale and see if any stores are interested in selling my treats. And the response I got from local small businesses in the area was just amazing. And, of course, some stores the treats didn't do good in, but other stores they did really well. And, Wall Drug, Reptile Gardens, they all carried my treats last year. So really? By the end of last year, end of 2022, there was 25 stores across the state of South Dakota that carried my treats. And I focus mostly on just local small businesses. I don't, because in order to do my dogs, do a business with, say, like Menards or something, you have to be able to sell nationally because they can't just buy for one store. But it's just the support that I've gotten from the community. To me, is just what makes it special for, Rep City and then the other surrounding areas too. So
but we do have a lot of support for small businesses.
We do.
In our area, which is awesome. So.
Yeah.
And then a lot of not the nation doesn't, but a lot of dog lovers.
Oh yeah. A lot. Yeah. Yeah. My daughter lives in Massachusetts, and I asked her, I said, is there any small businesses out there that and she's like, Mom, I don't even know where you would find a small business out here. She goes, they're all just so
big box stores.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah. But so
small business, Rapid City. That's your story.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So tell us a little more about your story. What made you decide? Why did you wake up one day and say, "I'm going to make treats all day long"?
It's funny you asked that, because me and my husband were like, we didn't sit around and think about what's a good get rich quick scheme or anything like that. The dog treats kind of found me in a way. I started making treats for our two poodles, because our oldest, the one that you can hear out there, he has a very sensitive stomach. So he was getting sick a lot. And I was doing research on some healthy food alternatives for him and came across an article about homemade dog treats and how the health benefits that they provide for dogs. So I started working with our vet, just learning a lot about foods and what dogs can and can't have. And so just was making treats for my dogs. And eventually I just had so many treats. I was handing them out to friends and family. And they're like, some of the people were coming back to me going, even my picky dog will eat your treats. And they're like, you should start a business, And I'm like, I got a nice full-time job, the 401k, whatever, I'm good. But we thought, okay, well, it might be a fun side job, so launched my Facebook page and my website on November 3rd of 2021. And then on November 6th, so 3 days later, I started showing the first symptoms of a neurological disorder that actually made me lose my job. So the only thing I could do was be at home. I wasn't able to drive. I had to walk. I couldn't walk without a cane. So, it really, my life really took a 360 within about a week. I wasn't able to feed myself, dress myself, or anything. I had it was full body tremors. So it was like a seizure, but it would last for 4, 5, 6 hours at a time.
Wow.
So, I had to take a leave of absence from work because I couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything. it wasn't constant. So on my good days, you know, I baked dog treats, and on my bad days, I would sit on my couch with my boys and watch Schitt's Creek, and that's what got me through. Was, you know, some of the comedy, you know, laughing about stuff, you know, that's just trying to.
That's what happens.
And you know, I when I finally got in to see a specialist, and you know, he's like, he was very impressed with the fact that, you know, I didn't just lay in bed and cry and just be like, okay, this is my life now, I give up and blah, blah. You know, I really self-advocated for myself, and I reached out to doctors across the nation. I'm like, I need to find out what's going on with me. I want to, you know, what's all these things. And, you know, I told my kids, I said, you know, as people get old, most people snap, crackle, and pop. I said, but I shake, rattle, and roll. So, so, you know, just having some humor with it. So I went through about 4 months of rehab. It was basically, I had to reteach my brain and my muscles how to speak to each other again. There is some kind of misfire. It's called functioning movement disorder. About 12 in every 100,000 people will be diagnosed with it, and it's mostly in women, and they don't know what causes it. There's no other thing. It's just something that misfires in the brain. So it was just kind of funny to us that, you know, I thought I'd start this fun side business, and then this happened. So kind of like the universe put this in my way and said, we actually want you to do this instead. So it was pretty cool. So, you know, while I was going through rehab and stuff, I was working on the treat business and growing it and getting it into stores. And so by the time I was done with rehab and stuff, we looked, and this, you know, the treats were already in about 12 different stores. And my husband's like, well, I guess this is what you're going to do full time now. So,
so you got all that taken care of in 12 stores while you were in the nice job.
Yes. Yes. It was a good thing to focus on. You know, something positive. You know, growing my business, and then I had something else that I could concentrate on instead of just you know what was going on. So I mean, that
definitely gives you a better outcome, I think.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah.
And that's another feather in the cap for Rapid City too. I mean, they were there to support you.
Yes.
Hey, this is cool. Let's do this.
Yeah. It was very awesome. Yeah. It's just fun. I mean, some of the people, I'll go out, and me and my husband were out at the grocery store a few weeks ago, and someone walked up to us and she goes, "Are you Cindy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I saw you on the news, and I get your canine treats." And I'm like, "Oh," my husband's like, "You're a celebrity now." And I'm like, "What?"
Fine.
Yeah.
So my wife says, I can never take you anywhere, because usually I'll go in the grocery store, I'll find somebody that I know somewhere, you know, and talk with them for a little bit, and she's off shopping, comes back here and picks me up. And like,
I know I think it's like just our industry, especially when you see somebody and it is a small community.
It is. It seems big, but it's really it is small. Yeah.
Because I grew up in Deadwood, and you spearfish in Rapid City, and you still I mean, everybody's somewhat connected. Somewhat.
Yeah.
So, but you did say something about picky, because my chow is picky, and my Shar-Pei is kind of like you said, it's sensitive. We went through a lot of skin problems with the Shar-Peis and stuff like that. But you mentioned the pumpkin and the blueberry, and that's like one of his favorite foods.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that you do it, because cutting up raw pumpkin takes a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to do raw food and stuff like that, but that might be something. Yeah. So you can, what stores are you in here locally in Rapid?
Okay, so in Rapid, I am in, let's see. Now my brain just went blank. Pet Pantry, Healthy Paws. So Cohort Craft Brewery, they have their own exclusive flavors, so they carry treats there. The Canine Bar, they carry some of my other flavors, but they have their own exclusive flavor as well. Barks and Bubbles Dog Grooming, they still carry my treats, and they have their own exclusive flavor. Healthy Paws, their exclusive flavor, it's named after their dog, that if you ever walk in their store and you see Brandy, it's Brandy's candy. Nice. And it's peanut butter pumpkin, and Linda from the store tells me, she's like, it's like crack for dogs. It's crazy. But yeah, so there's quite a few locations in Rapid City, and then like Deadwood. There's a couple dog groomers in Deadwood, Spearfish, Hot Springs, the River Street Emporium carries my treats, Well Drug, Reptile Gardens. There's Watertown. There's a store out in Watertown that carries my treats. So yeah.
Oh, good. Yep, I'll have to definitely look for them.
Yeah.
When you walk around, you're going to see a number of dogs. So I mean, we're definitely a dog-friendly community.
Oh yes.
There's lots of dog stuff around. I did a video about the different.
Oh.
There's all sorts of services for dogs all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, yeah.
definitely a great location for you because
Yes.
everybody loves their dogs.
Yes.
So.
Yes. It's a very good community for dog lovers. So
Do
yeah.
you see any challenges of doing business in Rapid City?
There's been a few. One of my main things I wanted to do was have a food truck for dogs, be at family food truck night and stuff.
Yeah.
And the city won't allow that. They consider dog treats in arts and crafts, and you're not allowed to peddle arts and crafts in the city
But
parks.
the state doesn't sound like it sounds like an art
Right.
craft. Okay.
So
it's
so the city doesn't allow you to peddle arts and crafts in the city parks. So I'm not allowed to sell my dog treats in city parks. So that's kind of a bummer. And then the farmers market, I'm not allowed to sell treats there. So it's there's been a few roadblocks that is a little frustrating. And I don't know the people to get in touch with, I don't know if I want to fight those things, but just
What you have to do is get a movement to change the classification.
Yeah,
and that would take people and
and it's kind of impending my growth of business, because I've gone to family food truck night with samples and I've just handed them out to people and just talked to people, and they're like, I'd love to have a food truck here for my dog, but the city won't allow it. So it's just something that would be really fun to have. I think there's I have acquaintances who live in other states that have food trucks, and they said it's their city allows it and stuff, and they told me they just pull up and they have fresh baked donuts and stuff for dogs, and you know people love that stuff. But
well, and I think because wasn't there something with the food truck that took a little bit for them actually to allow them to get into Rapid City, I think, for a long time. So just like I said, just hopefully some change will come.
I suppose things like some of the events at Main Street Square and the Pride Festival. I suppose you could kind of do some of that, some of those spots.
And then don't they allow the dogs to come into the pool at one point?
At the very end of the year, they do open up the pool for the dogs. Yeah, that would be a cool event.
Fun.
Yeah.
So you've got maybe a few options, but I can understand what you're saying there.
Yeah.
It's going, come on, just let me do what I want to do.
Yeah. So those are the only things that, for me, to sell in Rapid City, those have been the only frustrations for me. Other than that, it's been really, really good. I've not had any issues at all, so it's been a lot of fun.
Anything else that you want to talk about about your business that we haven't mentioned? Or asked you?
Well, a lot of people ask me where I'm located at. They don't realize that I sell out of my home. They think I have a storefront. So everything is online. If you want cupcakes and decorated cookies are mostly all online. I don't sell those in other stores. And then my subscription boxes and stuff. But if you want just a bag of treats, there's lots of locations that sell those. But if you're looking for something special, then you have to go online and then... Yeah, and you can come to the house to pick it up. Sometimes I'm already out doing errands and I'll meet you somewhere, or I'll deliver the cake or something. Cakes cannot be shipped because they have the peanut butter cream cheese frosting, and it has to stay refrigerated, so I won't ship those.
Little melty?
Yeah, I don't want it to go bad or anything, but yeah.
So can one dog just eat a cake? Is that too much?
So the cakes are only about the size of my palm.
Oh,
it's about a 4-inch, and I can show you one. I made one this morning, but it's a 4-inch. It's a 4-inch cake. So it's not very big. I have party packs that I've sold numerous ones of those, and you actually get 2 4-inch cakes, 4 cupcakes, and 4 little bones that are like little soft cakes, and then 9 cookies. And
because if one dog gets one, the other 2 have to have one.
Right, and then I do 4 little cupcakes as well. So you could do cake, you could do cupcakes, you could do cookies. There's just lots of options. It's a lot of fun.
Why don't you just go show us your cake?
Oh, yeah, it's in the refrigerator. Do you want me to go grab it? Yeah, I just made it for her name. The puppy's name is Poppy. I see you, Bodie.
Oh, see, I can see Sasha. Her Polly and Coco.
So it's Poppy's birthday, so Poppy gets a cake, and then her brothers get the cupcakes to go with it.
Those are the perfect size.
Yeah. So those are them.
So do this in there. Do this way
Do you want me to hold it up?
Yeah, let's do this. That's good.
Yep, and so every time you get a cake, the doggy will get a personalized cookie to go with their cake, and it has their name on it.
See, my chow chow would be all green, like green in his hair. I had a candy store and we were making cotton candy and he was right beside me and so the chow chow had pink cotton candy all over his fluff. So yeah, he would love that.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're a lot of fun. My boys know when I'm making a cake, they get to lick the beaters, and so they are standing there just waiting.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
And you're
like,
not knowing, ding, ding, ding.
That's
It's like,
all
okay.
part of childhood, right? That's just a part of it.
yep.
And I like the fact that you make your own peanut butter.
Yes. Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. Yeah. That was it was very difficult to find peanut butter, all natural peanut butter that didn't have any added salt or sugar. I mean, a lot of them have a little bit of salt added to them or peanut oil or something, and that's just not stuff that our dogs need. So my peanut butter is 100% peanuts, nothing added to it, and I make it all. My other ingredients, pretty much everything, it's fresh bananas, strawberries, blueberries, and then I just mix it all together in a blender and then put it into the cookies and stuff. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot, though. I've learned a lot about what dogs can and can't eat and the health benefits of the foods. And so everything that goes into my treats, I make sure that it adds some kind of health benefit to them, like helps their eyes or their fur or their skin or something. So it's not just food that they're just eating empty calories or something. So, yeah.
Yeah, that would be like the angel food cake. Like dogs love angel food cake. It is crazy. I crack open that thing and it's like, ha! Like, really? So I'll do this cake instead. More benefits to it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for spending your time with us talking about
Yeah.
everything that you do. It's amazing to hear some of the community stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I know that the local people really appreciate you. So
Well, I appreciate that very much.
thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get something going together.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm always open to doing events. I love it because it helps the community know, and I get to get out and see my customers because I don't get to see them being at home sometimes. So yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that story as much as we did.
We'll put all the contact information of every business in the show notes or the description below. Be sure to check them out and support our local small businesses.